Last, but definitely not least, is my Fahakan favorite fish.
Hey guys, it's Colin at Tye-Dyed Iguana. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through some of the awesome featured reptiles this week, and a little later on, we're going to kick it over to Eric to see all the new fish. So our first featured animal this week, we have the Jackson's chameleon. This is a young male. These guys are super cool, of course. These guys, awesome species, of course, known for those 3 horns. Now, some species or subspecies don't actually have the horns, but in this particular type, they do. These guys are super cool. In my opinion, one of the most dinosaur-looking reptiles there is on the planet. If you're looking for a little bit more advanced reptile, these guys are definitely unique. Awesome display pet. Moving on to our next featured animals this week, we have some awesome baby leopard geckos. I think this one possibly is a Max Snow, and then we also have this one is I think it's a bold stripe. Not a leopard gecko morph expert though, so don't quiz me on that for all you folks at home. But definitely beautiful coloration. Of course, these guys go through quite a significant color change with maturity. These guys are definitely going to be stunning adults and definitely awesome, well-started babies. All right, guys, moving over to the African continent, we have our pixie frog. So we have an awesome small individual pixie frog here. These guys are super cool. As you know, they're one of the largest amphibian species. These guys can get up to about 1.5 pounds for a really large adult. Super cool. Definitely one of the most unique things about these guys, of course, is all the fun and unique foods you can feed these guys. Super unique behaviors, and they even have some vampire fangs. They do vary a little bit as far as subspecies go on coloration, but overall, one of my favorite amphibians. Crocky, it's a croc gecko, that is. Have some awesome crocodile geckos here. The last time we had these guys a while back, they sold within just a couple days. Super interesting species. They are absolutely amazing creatures. They have a gorgeous eye to them. They have this really like super neat looking eye. As well, they have an awesome skin pattern as well to them. So they have that really crazy skin texture, hence the name crocodile gecko. These guys are from the Mediterranean region. Super cool species, attains a modest size, maybe 4 or 5 inches, nothing crazy. These guys, absolutely awesome. Some snows in the forecast this weekend. Snow corn snakes, I have 2 of them. Come check them out. Super beautiful morph, very unique form of albinism. Of course, as an adult, they get that lovely icy white coloration, just like one of our store pets, Cleo. Snow corn snake, absolutely fabulous. Come check them out. All right, heading over to Australia now. We have Australian white tree frog babies. These guys are super cool. So right now at the Tye-Dyed Iguana, we have 2 varieties. We have the standard Australian. We also have the snowflake Australian, which is a little bit more of some silver and white pigmentation on the body. Excellent color morph. They usually attain a modest size, usually about yay big, or about as big around as a baseball. So not a huge frog by any means, but definitely one of the cooler tree frog species. Over to the invert wall, one of our featured inverts this week. We have some baby curly hair slings. These guys are super cool. Used to be in Brachypelma till it got its own genus and split off, but these guys are super cool. New world species. Pretty docile overall, modest size, 5 to 8 inches. Definitely an awesome beginner tarantula. If you're a little bit more advanced, got some experience on your belt, you can start with a sling. These guys are super awesome. Check them out. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys over to Eric, and he's gonna show you all the new fish this week.
All right, guys, I'm Eric, and I'm gonna show you guys some fish. So the first one over here, gonna be the roseline sharks. Definitely super cool. I love roselines. They just look awesome. I just don't have a big enough tank for them right now. Down here, we got a bunch more green severums in. Severums, I like them. They get a good size. They look super cool, especially as they mature. Like when they get those adult coloration in. I like to call them the poor man's discus, but they are definitely gorgeous fish. Also inside of here, we got a Prochildus, a flagtail Prochildus. Now, while he's young, he doesn't have the best coloring, but this guy is already pretty big, has some amazing colors. All right, over here, we did get in some more zebra brown plecos, great little dwarf pleco that does a good job and has some great color. Bunch of new shrimp in this week. Also got back in some chili razabaras, which are a very popular nano fish. Those guys are super cool. Up here, we did get some striped Raphael catfish. If you guys missed it, we did put those in our snail eating kind of spring cleanup. They do eat some snails, and they're pretty awesome fish overall. And these guys came in with some amazing white coloration to them. All right, got in some awesome honey gouramis over here. Also a new school of some male guppies. Down here, we got us a really amazing looking black orchid. Now he's not solid black like a lot of the black orchids are. I actually like this guy a little bit better because he has some white on his tips. Looks really, really cool. Kind of thinking about buying him myself, but don't have anywhere to put him. Also in this tank, we do have some long fin bristlenose plecos. The long fins just are super cool. It actually makes their bristles on their face a little bit bigger and crazier too. So if you're looking for another crazy pleco, kind of on the small side, a little bit cheaper, great option to go with. Over here, we do have rabbit snails. Now, rabbit snails are by far my favorite snail. They're not generally gonna overbreed unless you have like perfect conditions. We've had a few customers that they've bred like crazy, but they are a slow breeder. They lay an egg that hatches in about an hour to a developed snail. So you're not dealing with like a bunch of little eggs all over, things like that. And they don't have that many at one time. My favorites are the chocolate rabbit snails. They look like a rock. I'm pretty basic, so that's why I like that. But otherwise, there are some yellows, some different kinds of things, and they clean algae amazing. If you do look at this tank, there is barely any algae in that tank. I don't think there's actually any algae in that tank. They do an amazing job. I'm actually gonna take 3 of them home myself tonight. Down here, we usually get in red-tailed cats. We also sometimes get in shovel-nosed cats. But today we got in some hybrid red-tailed cats, which are a mix between red tails and shovel nose. These guys are really cool. They get, a big size, so definitely only if you have a big tank. But they're gonna have kind of that coloration of a red tail with a nice bright red tail, obviously. But they're gonna get that shovel nose face, just like a shovel nose. So really cool, interesting fish. Definitely something to check out. Another awesome beta that we do have a round tail koi Nemo. So the koi Nemos have a lot of orange in there. Really cool. We have that guy. Over here, this area, we have a Dracula Pleco, which is a really cool Pleco in my opinion. Kind of looks like a snowball Pleco, gets much larger, solid black with some nice white polka dots all over it. Looks super cool. They are a little bit more aggressive than some of your Plecos because they will eat meat. So if there's some leftover food in there, maybe a dead fish, they're gonna eat it. They're not necessarily gonna attack other fish, but they are going to eat anything that's dead. They may attack other plecos, but that's about it. Bunch of new tiger barbs in. I don't know, I'm starting to love tiger barbs more and more every day. Super awesome, a lot of movement. They eat amazing. They're almost like miniature piranhas. If you've ever looked at our tuba fix video, you can watch those guys kind of eating. Maybe Heather will take a video of those guys eating here in a minute, and we can kind of plug that in. Down here in the way of tiger barbs, I did get in a bunch of green platinums. The green platinums just have some amazing color. Looks super cool, nice bright, not bright, but like a nice emerald color to them. Looks really awesome. All right, so over here, what do we have? We have a nice Dumbo Super Delta Beta. They look pretty awesome. Nice big tail, nice big pectoral fins that look like ears, so it looks super cool. I would go with those guys as a great kind of centerpiece fish, or by itself, whichever you go. Over here, bunch of white skirt tetras. Our skirted tetras have been extremely popular lately. A lot of people adding those to their tank. Really cool fish. Get a decent size, so if you're needing something a little bit bigger to kind of fill in some spaces. Fun fact about them, well, at least that we've discovered here, they hate betas. They try to destroy them, so don't put a skirted tetra with a beta. Not a fun time. Also in here, we got some black ruby barbs. I'm a huge fan of the black ruby barbs, except when they're little. They kind of look like a very bland tiger barb at this size. As they mature up though, they get some beautiful colors. So definitely check those guys out. They are amazing. Up here, I did get also some white skirt long fins. The long fin white skirts just have that much more flowing fin. Again, really popular. I'm glad we got some in. We got in 12 of those guys today. Really cool. Again, just like the standard white skirts, awesome kind of bigger tetra to put in your tank and look really good. And then down here, we did get in some new Oscars. I know a lot of people have been waiting on them. We did get in a lot of albinos. I think 5 albinos and 1 standard tiger. So definitely come in and check those out. Last, but definitely not least, is my Fahakan favorite fish. It is a Fahaka Puffer. It's a tiny little Fahaka, but they do get a decent size. They get pretty Fahakan big, and not really something you can put with a whole lot of fish unless it's like fast moving fish, ideally. So right now we have them with some Siamese algae eaters. They tend to do really great with them, but there's always that possibility that they could get pretty aggressive and they could Fahakan eat everything. So you gotta Fahakan be careful. Now, if you were to breed this and it's a female, then it would be a mother Fahaka, which would be pretty awesome. So maybe you could get a mother Fahaka of your own. Other than that today, guys, that is it for us. Hope you enjoyed some of our featured animals as well as some of our newer fish that we have in. We'll see you guys next time.